Mind Judo, Gentle Persuasion Techniques for Everyday Life. Written and published by the Zillion Pro. Chapter 1, The Power of Yielding, Disarming Resistance. Have you ever tried to convince someone of something, only to meet a wall of resistance? The harder you push, the more they dig their heels in. It's a frustrating experience we've all encountered. But what if there was a different way? Enter Mind Judo, the art of using indirect influence to achieve your goals. Unlike brute force persuasion, Mind Judo is inspired by the martial art Judo, where an opponent's own strength and momentum are used to take them down. In Mind Judo, we harness the power of yielding and redirection to navigate conversations and influence outcomes. Why gentle persuasion works. Our brains are wired for autonomy. When we feel pressured or controlled, a natural resistance kicks in. This is why direct commands or forceful arguments often backfire. Mind Judo, however, respects this need for control. By acknowledging concerns and offering choices, we create a space for collaboration and open-mindedness. Imagine yourself trying to convince your teenager to clean their room. A direct approach, clean your room right now, might trigger an argument. Mind Judo offers a different approach. You could start by acknowledging their perspective. I see you're busy, but the room is getting a little messy. What do you think would be a good time to tackle it? This approach validates their feelings while gently steering them towards the desired outcome. The judo analogy. Judo throws rely on using your opponent's momentum against them. Imagine a forceful shove. Instead of resisting head-on, a judo master yields slightly, redirecting the force and using the opponent's own energy to bring them off balance. This is the essence of Mind Judo. We don't fight resistance, we use it to our advantage. The art of yielding. Yielding doesn't mean giving up. It's a strategic move that disarms resistance and opens the door to persuasion. Here's how to master the art of yielding. Acknowledge concerns. Validate their perspective without agreeing with it. Phrases like "I understand your concerns" or "that's a valid point" show you're listening. Focus on common ground. Find areas of agreement to build trust. We both want this project to be successful, right? Sets a collaborative tone. Offer choices, instead of dictating. Present options that fit within your desired outcome. Do you want to clean your room before dinner or after? Empowers them to take ownership, putting it into practice. Mind Judo isn't a magic bullet, but it's a powerful tool for navigating everyday situations. Here are some scenarios where yielding can be your secret weapon. Negotiating a raise. Acknowledge your employer's needs and focus on the value you bring. Resolving conflicts with a friend. Validate their feelings and work together to find a solution. Convincing your child to eat their vegetables. Acknowledge their dislike and offer alternatives that are still healthy. By mastering the art of yielding, you'll be well on your way to becoming a Mind Judo master yourself. Remember, the most effective persuasion often happens when it feels effortless, and Mind Judo equips you with the tools to achieve just that. This chapter is just the beginning of your Mind Judo journey. In the coming chapters, we'll delve deeper into specific techniques like the broken record technique, the Socratic method, and the power of framing. With practice and a little finesse, you'll be able to navigate any conversation with confidence and achieve your goals through the gentle art of persuasion. Chapter 2, The Broken Record Technique, Repetition for Reinforcement. Imagine a catchy song stuck in your head. That's the power of repetition at play. The broken record technique, a core principle of Mind Judo, harnesses this power to gently yet persistently reinforce your message. Why repetition works. Our brains process information through repetition. The more we hear something, the more familiar it becomes, and the more likely we are to believe it. This is why advertisers bombard us with repetitive messages. They want their product to become ingrained in our minds. The broken record technique takes this concept and applies it to persuasion. By calmly repeating your key message, you ensure it sinks in and becomes the focal point of the conversation. It's not about being aggressive, it's about gentle persistence using the broken record technique. Here's how to effectively utilize the broken record technique. Craft your key message. Formulate a clear and concise statement that summarizes your request or position. Stay calm and composed. Maintain a calm and professional demeanor throughout the conversation. Repeat with variation, while repetition is key. Rephrase your message slightly to avoid sounding robotic. Acknowledge concerns. Validate their perspective without getting sidetracked. Disarming objections. The broken record technique is particularly effective in dealing with objections. Here's how to navigate them. Listen actively, pay close attention to their concerns and acknowledge them. Refocus on your message. After acknowledging, gently redirect the conversation back to your key message. Offer clarification, if needed. If there's genuine confusion, provide a brief explanation without getting defensive. Case studies in action. Let's see how the broken record technique can be applied in everyday situations. Negotiating a bill. You call your cable company about a surprise price hike. My bill has gone up significantly this month. I'd like to discuss a way to get it back to my original rate. Cable company rep explains a limited time promotion. I appreciate the explanation, but my main concern is the increase in my regular rate. Can we explore options to bring that down? Repeat with variations as needed. Asking a favor. You need your neighbor to water your plants while you're on vacation. We're going out of town next week, and I was hoping you could help out by watering our plants. Neighbor mentions they'll be busy. No worries at all. Even a quick watering every other day would be a huge help. Repeat with variations, offering specific watering instructions if needed. The power of persistence. The broken record technique may seem simple, but its effectiveness lies in its persistence. By calmly and consistently reiterating your message, you gently nudge the conversation in the desired direction. Remember, it's about planting a seed and letting it grow organically. The next chapter will explore the Socratic method, a powerful tool for guiding people to find their own solutions. By asking the right questions, you can unlock their inherent persuadability. Chapter 3, the Socratic method, asking the right questions to spark understanding. Imagine a conversation where you don't have to do all the talking. The Socratic method, a cornerstone of mind judo, empowers you to guide others towards their own solutions through the art of well-crafted questions. The power of inquiry developed by the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates. This method hinges on the belief that true knowledge comes from self-discovery. Socrates himself famously claimed he didn't teach, but rather acted as a midwife of ideas, helping others birth their own understanding. In mind judo, the Socratic method becomes a powerful tool for persuasion. By asking insightful questions, you can challenge assumptions, gently nudge people to re-evaluate their initial beliefs, uncover underlying needs, draw out their true motivations and desires, spark critical thinking, encourage them to analyze the situation from different angles using open-ended questions. The key to the Socratic method lies in open-ended questions. These are questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no, and they prompt deeper reflection. Here are some examples. Clarifying questions. Can you elaborate on that point, or what do you mean by probing questions? Why do you think that's the case, or what evidence supports your view? Consequential questions. What would be the implications of that approach, or how would this decision impact? Active listening is key. The Socratic method is a two-way street. It's crucial to actively listen to their responses and tailor your follow-up questions accordingly. Pay attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues to fully understand their perspective. Case studies. The Socratic method in action. Here's how the Socratic method can be used to navigate real-world situations. Considering a purchase. You're at a car dealership and the salesperson is pushing a more expensive Model U. This car has a lot of features, but are all of them necessary for my daily commute? Salesperson explains features. Those features sound great, but how much would it impact my monthly budget? Follow-up questions can explore fuel efficiency, maintenance costs, etc. Resolving a family dispute. Siblings are arguing over who gets to use the family car. What are your priorities for using the car this weekend? Listen to each sibling's response. Can you brainstorm some solutions that would work for both of you? Encourage them to find a compromise. The art of gentle guidance. The Socratic method is not about imposing your will. Instead, it's about guiding others to reach their own well-reasoned conclusions, making them more invested in the outcome. By asking the right questions, you plant the seeds of understanding that blossom into informed decisions. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the power of framing, a technique that explores how presenting information can influence choices. By understanding how framing works, you can subtly nudge conversations in the desired direction. Chapter 4, Framing, Shaping How People See Things. Have you ever noticed how a simple change in wording can completely alter your perception of something? That's the power of framing in action. Framing, a core concept in Mind Judo, explores how presenting information shapes how people understand and react to it. The power of framing. Our brains are wired to make quick decisions based on the information presented to us. Framing capitalizes on this by manipulating how we perceive that information. It's not about deception, it's about highlighting specific aspects of an issue to influence our judgment. Consider this example. Option A. This medication has a 10% chance of causing side effects. Option B. This medication has a 90% chance of success. Both options describe the same medication, but the framing makes a significant difference. Option A focuses on the negative, side effects, while option B emphasizes the positive, success. People are generally more likely to be drawn to the option framed positively. Positive framing in action. Mind Judo uses positive framing to gently nudge people towards desired outcomes. Here's how to implement it effectively. Focus on benefits. Highlight the positive outcomes associated with your request. Emphasize gain over loss. Frame your message around what they stand to gain rather than what they might lose. Use compelling language. Choose words that evoke positive emotions and create a sense of opportunity. Case studies. Framing for everyday influence. Let's see how positive framing can be applied in everyday situations. Asking for help at work. You need your colleague's assistance on a project instead of, "I'm swamped. Can you help me with this?" Focuses on your burden. Try. Your expertise would be invaluable in completing this project successfully. Highlights the gain for both. Encouraging healthy habits. You want your child to eat more vegetables instead of, "Don't eat those fries, eat your vegetables." Focuses on the negative. Try. These colorful veggies will give you energy to play outside. Highlights the positive benefit. The art of subtle nudges. Framing doesn't involve manipulation. It's about presenting information strategically. By using positive framing, you can subtly guide people towards choices that benefit them and align with your goals. Beyond positive framing. While positive framing is a powerful tool, Mind Judo acknowledges that situations may call for different approaches. The next chapter will explore the concept of labeling, a technique for effectively addressing resistance and navigating difficult conversations. Chapter 5, Labeling, Putting a Name to Resistance. Imagine you're trying to convince a friend to join a gym. They might express concerns about cost, time commitment, or feeling self-conscious. These are all forms of resistance, and Mind Judo offers a unique tool to address them. Labeling. The power of labels. A label is simply a word or phrase used to describe something. In Mind Judo, labeling focuses on identifying and acknowledging the underlying reasons behind resistance. By putting a name to their concerns, we can defuse tension, acknowledge their feelings without getting defensive, promote understanding, help them see their resistance more clearly, open doors to solutions, create a space for collaborative problem solving. Labeling concerns, not people. It's important to distinguish between labeling concerns and labeling people. We want to focus on the specific issue, not their personality. Here's how to do it effectively. Use I statements. Phrases like "I sense you're worried about the time commitment" show empathy without judgment. Focus on specific concerns. Identify the root cause of their resistance instead of making generalizations. Maintain a positive tone. Frame the conversation as a collaborative effort to find solutions. Reframing resistance. Once you've labeled their concerns, you can use reframing to shift the perspective. Reframing involves presenting the situation in a new light, highlighting the potential benefits. Here are some strategies. Focus on long-term gains. Show how overcoming their initial concerns leads to positive outcomes. Offer alternatives. Address specific worries by suggesting solutions or compromises. Emphasize shared goals. Remind them of the common ground you share and the value of achieving it together. Case studies. Using labels to navigate conversations. Let's see how labeling and reframing can be used in real-world situations. Convincing a client to try a new marketing approach. They are hesitant about the unfamiliar strategy. I understand you might be feeling apprehensive about a new approach. Is there a specific aspect that worries you? Labeling the concern. Client mentions concerns about budget and ROI. Those are valid concerns. This approach is a proven track record of success within budget constraints. Perhaps we can start with a pilot program to address your concerns, reframing and offering solutions. Asking your teenager for more help around the house. They complain about having too much homework. It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed with your workload. What would make it easier for you to contribute around the house? Labeling and opening a dialogue. Teenager explains needing dedicated homework time. That makes sense. Maybe we can establish a set time for homework each day so you can focus on your studies without distractions, and then we can tackle chores together afterwards. Reframing and offering a compromise. The art of collaborative problem solving. By labeling concerns and offering reframing, you move the conversation beyond resistance and towards collaboration. This fosters trust and creates a space where both parties can find solutions that work for everyone. The next chapter will delve into the power of empathy, a crucial element of mind judo that allows you to connect with others on a deeper level and build stronger relationships. Chapter 6. The Empathy Advantage, Connecting for Persuasion. Imagine yourself trying to convince someone who feels completely misunderstood. It's an uphill battle, right? Empathy, a cornerstone of mind judo, bridges this gap by allowing you to connect with others on an emotional level. By understanding their feelings, you gain the power to influence them more effectively. The importance of empathy. Empathy is the ability to see the world through another person's eyes and understand their feelings. It's not about pity, it's about genuine connection. When people feel understood and respected, they become more receptive to your message. Think about it this way, someone who feels heard and valued is more likely to listen to you in return. Empathy creates a foundation of trust, making persuasion a more organic process. Active listening. For emotional cues. Active listening is the cornerstone of empathy. It involves paying close attention to both the verbal and nonverbal cues of the person you're speaking with. Here's what active listening entails. Focus on the speaker, give them your undivided attention, put away distractions, and make eye contact. Listen beyond words. Pay attention to their tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions. Acknowledge their emotions. Briefly validate their feelings without judgment. It sounds like you're frustrated. Mirroring and matching. Building rapport. Mirroring and matching are subtle techniques that subconsciously build rapport. Mirroring involves reflecting back their body language or speech patterns slightly. Matching involves aligning your communication style with theirs. For example, using humor. If they are using humor, be cautious with mirroring. Don't overdo it, or it can appear inauthentic. Use it subtly to build a sense of connection. Case studies. Using empathy to build trust and influence. Let's see how empathy can be applied in everyday situations. Negotiating a raise with your boss. You feel undervalued and want to advocate for yourself before the meeting. Acknowledge your boss's perspective and potential concerns about the budget during the meeting. Express your passion for your work and highlight your contributions to the company's success. Actively listen to their response. Helping a friend through a breakup. They are feeling heartbroken and need support. Listen without judgment. Let them express their emotions freely. Validate their feelings. Acknowledge their pain and offer words of comfort. Offer support. Suggest ways you can help them through this difficult time. The power of connection. Empathy isn't just about getting something. It's about building genuine connections. By demonstrating that you understand and care about their feelings, you create a foundation of trust and respect. This, in turn, makes persuasion a more natural and effective process. In the next chapter, we'll explore the yes ladder technique, a powerful tool for guiding conversations towards positive outcomes through a series of strategic agreements. Chapter 7, the yes ladder technique, building agreement step by step. Imagine climbing a ladder. Each rung takes you a little higher, eventually leading you to your desired destination. The yes ladder technique, a core principle of mind judo, utilizes this concept to guide conversations towards positive outcomes. The power of small wins. Our brains crave a sense of progress and accomplishment. The yes ladder technique capitalizes on this by building momentum through a series of small agreements. By getting someone to say yes to a series of easy questions, you prime them to be more receptive to your ultimate goal. Building on agreements. The yes ladder technique involves asking a series of questions that gradually increase in significance. Here's how to construct an effective yes ladder. Start with easy yeses. Begin with questions they're almost guaranteed to answer positively. This creates a sense of agreement and builds trust. Progress to related questions. Move on to questions that relate to your ultimate goal but are still easy to agree with. Bridge the gap. Ask a question that subtly bridges the gap between the previous agreements and your desired outcome. Present your request. Finally, confidently present your main request, drawing on the momentum of the previous yeses. Handling disagreements. While the goal is to cultivate agreement, there may be situations where you encounter a no. Here's how to handle it gracefully. Acknowledge their perspective, respect their opinion, and avoid being argumentative. Offer alternatives, if appropriate. Suggest a modified version of your request. Revisit the ladder. You can always circle back to the yes ladder later when the situation feels more amenable. Case studies. Using the yes ladder for effective negotiation. Let's see how the yes ladder technique can be applied in real-world scenarios. Negotiating a price at a flea market. You want a lower price on a vintage record. This record is in great condition, isn't it? Yes. You. Do you have many music lovers come by here? Yes. You. I've been looking for this album for a while. Would you be open to considering a slightly lower price? Bridge the gap. You. Would your proposed price work for you? Present your request. Asking your teenager to clean their room. The room is a disaster, but you want to avoid a power struggle. It looks like you've been busy lately. Have you had a lot of homework? Yes. You. A tidy space can help reduce stress. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. You. Maybe we could dedicate 15 minutes today to picking up a bit. Would that work for you? Bridge the gap. You. Great. Do you want to start with your clothes or your desk? Offer choices within the agreement. The art of gentle guidance. The yes ladder technique isn't about manipulation. It's about guiding conversations towards a mutually beneficial outcome. By building a foundation of agreement, you create a space where your request feels like a natural next step. The next chapter will delve into the power of body language and nonverbal communication. Understanding how you present yourself can significantly impact your persuasiveness. Chapter 8. Body language and nonverbal communication, the silent language. Have you ever entered a room and instantly felt a certain vibe? Or met someone whose handshake left a lasting impression? That's the power of nonverbal communication at play. Body language, a core aspect of mind judo, encompasses everything from facial expressions and gestures to posture and even silence. By understanding and utilizing nonverbal cues, you can significantly enhance your persuasive power. The silent language. Nonverbal communication is a constant stream of unspoken messages we send and receive all the time. Studies suggest that as much as 90% of our communication can be nonverbal. While our words convey the content of our message, our body language transmits the emotional subtext. Here are some key elements of nonverbal communication. Facial expressions. A raised eyebrow can signal confusion, a smile conveys warmth, and a furrowed brow suggests disapproval. Eye contact. Strong eye contact shows confidence and interest, while shifty eyes can indicate nervousness or deception. Posture. An upright posture exudes confidence, while a slouched posture might suggest disinterest or low energy. Gestures. Open palms can indicate openness and honesty, while crossed arms might imply defensiveness. Physical space. Leaning in shows interest, while maintaining a large distance can create a barrier. Understanding cultural context. It's important to remember that nonverbal communication can vary across cultures. A thumbs up might be a sign of approval in North America, but it's considered offensive in some cultures. Being mindful of cultural nuances is crucial for effective communication. Matching and mirroring. Building rapport. Mirroring and matching are subtle techniques you can use to build rapport with others. Mirroring involves subtly reflecting back their body language or speech patterns. Matching involves aligning your communication style with theirs. For example, using humor. If they are using humor, be authentic. Don't overdo mirroring or it can appear inauthentic. Use it subtly to build a sense of connection and trust. Confident body language for influence. When it comes to persuasion, projecting confidence through body language is key. Here are some tips. Maintain good posture. Stand tall with your shoulders back and head held high. Make eye contact. Look at the person you're speaking with and avoid excessive blinking. Use open gestures. Avoid crossing your arms or clenching your fist. Smile genuinely. A warm smile can put others at ease and foster a positive interaction. Case studies. Reading and utilizing nonverbal communication. Let's see how nonverbal communication can be used to your advantage in everyday situations. Delivering a presentation. You want to appear confident and engaging to your audience. Maintain strong eye contact with different parts of the room to connect with everyone. Use open gestures to emphasize your points and project enthusiasm. Smile and project your voice clearly to convey confidence and authority. Reading your boss's mood, you're unsure if they're receptive to your new project idea. Pay attention to their posture and facial expressions. Are they leaning in and engaged, or are they closed off and avoiding eye contact? Notice their tone of voice and word choice. Are they open to discussion, or do they seem dismissive? The power of awareness. By becoming more aware of both your own nonverbal cues and those of others, you gain a significant advantage in communication. Mind Judo teaches you to harness the power of body language to create a positive first impression, build trust, and ultimately, influence outcomes. The final chapter of this book will explore the art of the compliment, a powerful tool that can build goodwill, foster cooperation, and pave the way for persuasion. Chapter 9, The Art of the Compliment, The Power of Appreciation. Imagine a world where everyone felt valued and appreciated. That's the power of a well-timed compliment. In Mind Judo, the art of the compliment goes beyond mere flattery. It's a strategic tool used to build rapport, disarm resistance, and ultimately, influence others in a positive way. The psychology of appreciation. Humans have a fundamental need to feel valued and appreciated. Receiving a genuine compliment triggers the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This positive reinforcement creates feelings of goodwill and fosters a sense of connection. In the context of Mind Judo, compliments become a way to build rapport. Appreciation creates a positive atmosphere, making people more receptive to your message. Disarm resistance. A sincere compliment can soften resistance and make people more open to your perspective. Highlight strengths. Focusing on someone's strengths fosters confidence and encourages collaboration. Crafting meaningful compliments. Not all compliments are created equal. Here's how to craft compliments that resonate. Be specific. Instead of a generic "you look nice," highlight a specific detail you genuinely appreciate. Focus on effort. Complimenting someone's hard work or dedication shows you value the process, not just the outcome. Deliver with sincerity. A genuine smile and eye contact make your compliment feel authentic and impactful beyond words. Nonverbal appreciation. While words are important, nonverbal cues play a crucial role in delivering a sincere compliment. A warm smile, a positive nod, and appropriate eye contact can significantly amplify the impact of your words. Case studies. The compliment in action. Let's see how the art of the compliment can be applied in everyday situations. Networking event. You want to strike up a conversation with a potential client. Your presentation was very insightful. The way you explained, specific point, was particularly clear and concise. Specific compliment. Motivating your team. Your team has been working hard on a challenging project. I'm so impressed with everyone's dedication and perseverance throughout this project. It's clear you've all put in a tremendous amount of effort. Focus on effort. Encouraging your child. Your child is struggling with a difficult math problem. I see you're really concentrating on this problem. Your critical thinking skills are improving every day. Focus on progress. The ripple effect of appreciation. A sincere compliment has the power to create a ripple effect. When you appreciate someone, you not only make them feel good, but you also inspire them to pay it forward. This fosters a culture of positivity and collaboration, making persuasion a more organic process. The final word. Mind Judo is a journey, not a destination. By mastering the techniques explored in this book, you'll be well on your way to becoming a master persuader. Remember, influence isn't about manipulation, it's about fostering understanding, building trust, and creating win-win situations. Go forth and use the power of Mind Judo to navigate your conversations with confidence and achieve your goals. Chapter 10, Mind Judo in Action, Putting the Pieces Together. Congratulations! You've reached the final chapter of this exploration of Mind Judo. Throughout this book, we've delved into the core principles that empower you to navigate conversations effectively and influence outcomes in a positive way. Now, let's see how these principles can be combined and applied in real-world scenarios. The art of integration. Mind Judo isn't about following a rigid script, it's about wielding a versatile toolkit. The true power lies in integrating these techniques seamlessly within your conversations. Here's how you can bring it all together: active listening. Pay close attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues to understand the other person's perspective. Empathy. Acknowledge their feelings and concerns to build trust and rapport. Broken record technique. Calmly and persistently reiterate your key message when faced with resistance. Socratic method. Ask insightful questions to guide them towards their own solutions, fostering a sense of ownership. Framing. Present information strategically to influence their perception and encourage desired choices. Labeling. Identify and acknowledge underlying resistance to disarm negativity and create space for collaboration. Yes ladder technique. Guide conversations through a series of agreements, building momentum towards a positive outcome. Body language. Project confidence and openness through your posture, gestures, and facial expressions. The art of the compliment. Use sincere appreciation to build rapport, boost confidence, and foster a positive atmosphere. Case study. The Mind Judo Master in action. Imagine you're a salesperson trying to convince a potential client to switch to your company's software. Here's how you could integrate Mind Judo principles. 1. Active listening. Listen attentively to their current challenges and frustrations with their existing software. 2. Empathy. Acknowledge their pain points and express understanding of their desire for a more efficient solution. 3. Broken record technique. Clearly communicate the key benefits your software offers, emphasizing how it addresses their specific needs. 4. Socratic method. Ask questions that prompt them to consider the limitations of their current system and explore the potential of yours. 5. Framing. Frame your software not just as a product, but as a solution that will save them time, money, and improve their overall workflow. 6. Labeling. If they express concerns about switching systems, acknowledge their apprehension and address it directly. 7. Yes ladder technique. Guide them through a series of questions that highlight the advantages of your software, building agreement step by step. 8. Body language. Maintain confident eye contact, project a positive demeanor, and use open gestures to convey trustworthiness. 9. The art of the compliment. Compliment their company's forward-thinking approach and express your confidence that they'll make the best decision for their needs. The road to mastery. Like any skill, mastering Mind Judo takes practice. The more you use these techniques in your everyday interactions, the more comfortable and confident you'll become. Here are some tips for ongoing development. Be patient. Building influence takes time and consistent effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends or colleagues for honest feedback on your communication style. Embrace continuous learning. The world of communication is constantly evolving. Stay curious and open to learning new techniques. The power of persuasion for good. Remember, the ultimate goal of Mind Judo is not to manipulate, but to influence positive change. Use these skills to build stronger relationships, foster collaboration, and achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. By mastering the art of persuasion, you can navigate your world with confidence and create a positive impact on those around you.